Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, back at it again with another edition of Sit Down Saturdays with Spartacus. And what are we discussing on this fine evening, Zimrick, my fellow gamer?
We are discussing our thoughts on the Modern Warfare beta and the things that are included that we enjoyed, things that we want changed, and just basically a whole rundown of our thoughts after our first Sit Down Saturdays with Spartacus.
Yes, we are going to be talking about the beta here for Modern Warfare. We're going over quite a few things here in this video. We'll have to see, I guess, how long this video actually ends up being. I mean, I can't even remember the last video we made that was like really long. But
45
anyway,
minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but we have some good things to discuss here in this video. So hope you guys sit down, relax, and enjoy the video.
You grab your favorite beverage, hot or cold, and sit down.
And if you're not over 21 just quite yet, just make sure you grab some popcorn too, because popcorn can really fill the tummy when you're listening to our voices.
Yes. We really want your tummies to be full, so that way. Okay, let's just get on with this shit. Okay.
Yeah, what the hell are we talking about?
Okay, so some of the first things we want to talk about was the basic modes of Call of Duty Modern Warfare that we did get to play. I thought Team Deathmatch was pretty solid. The only things that I really did not enjoy was playing Headquarters. That was just because I just felt like it was just a different vibe. I don't know if there's something wrong with it or just if I was just getting camped on most of the time.
So Headquarters, if I remember correctly, there is two different versions. Is it the 6v6 and like the 20 versus 20 Headquarters? I think they have it here. So I actually have not tried Headquarters yet. I'm assuming it's the same type of Headquarters we've seen in the previous Call of Duty games. And from what I can tell anyway, when it comes to the spawns in this game, or not necessarily the spawns, I should say like just the way that the game modes perform, I guess here in Modern Warfare, it kind of changes the way people perform as a whole, because I know a lot of people complain about people camping a lot.
Yes.
And of course for good reason, I guess, because the game does kind of promote camping just a little bit. With Headquarters, however, I haven't tried it yet. I'll have to try it after this video, but from what I can tell, the game modes are a little bit rough around the edges, and I think it's just because the game promotes a lot of camping. And so I think it kind of makes the experience a little frustrating, especially when you're trying to play the objective.
And I do like a game where I can just pick up the controller every, for like 30 minutes at a time after work, and just being able to pick up a game and enjoy playing it and still be good at it the next day, kind of thing. And that's how I've always been with Call of Duty. But like playing the Modern Warfare beta, I was doing good on all the other game modes, but for some reason, just playing Headquarters, I was just getting demolished. I'm not sure why. Might be a personal thing.
Yeah, you're right, because the thing that I love about Call of Duty is that you can just go home after work and then play a couple games and then maybe go back to bed or whatever. It's not like the other like games out there like GTA, Red Dead Redemption, or I don't know, any other game really that doesn't have quick matches like Call of Duty does and the fast pace that it provides. But I do want to talk a little bit more about kind of how does the gameplay flow, like what's the time to kill, like how fast paced is this game. So this game is definitely more fast paced than Call of Duty Ghosts, that is definitely for sure.
Oh yeah.
And the thing about the weapons in this game, to me, I'm not really sure, the reason why the time to kill seems so fast is because either we have low health in the game or just every gun in the game is just really powerful. Because from my experience, all the guns in this game are pretty darn powerful. There are a couple of times where I shoot first, die first, but that really happens in pretty much every Call of Duty game. And I just feel like all the guns are just very powerful in their own ways. Not to mention, you can put 5 attachments on your weapon without having any downsides with your lethals and perks and all that kind of stuff.
I personally am having a blast with the MP5.
That gun honestly is a heck of a lot of fun. I actually got a 15 kill streak gameplay of that on my computer. I'm definitely going to upload that to my channel. But yeah, the time to kill is definitely fast. It's something we shouldn't really I don't know. It's something we shouldn't be surprised about, because if you look at previous Infinity Ward games, they've always had fast time to kills. But here in this game, it's definitely noticeable, especially if you're using something that's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just really fast, I guess.
Yeah, I'm reading up on Reddit here, and I'm seeing this. Reddit's not a reliable source at all, but like I always take personal opinions to be sources sometimes. But everyone's saying that the time to kill is really similar to Black Ops 4, which is kind of like a fast time to kill, and people don't personally like that in a modern warfare game.
Similar to Black Ops 4, that seems a little interesting, because the thing about that's very different about your health here in Modern Warfare compared to Black Ops 4 is there's not manual healing unless like you use like that stim shots, like a tactical equipment or something. And that game, of course, Black Ops 4 claims it has like 150 health. That's its standard health, but really, realistically, that's still like 100% of your health in that game.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I definitely don't see it to be like the same health. I mean, I guess I can kind of see where people are getting that idea from, but for me personally, I can't honestly see that.
Yeah. Well, most Call of Duty games have always been kind of like a who shoots first wins kind of thing. So like once you see someone, if you don't shoot first, you're going to die no matter what the time to kill is.
Yeah, and to kind of like tie in with time to kill are these spawns as well. So since we kind of feel like that time to kill does seem pretty fast here in Modern Warfare, that means if the spawns are bad, then spawn killing can be pretty easily, especially if you have the upper hand on the enemy team. And I have gotten spawn killed so many times. I remember my very first game hopping on here for the Modern Warfare beta, I just got my butt totally kicked. I don't know if I was playing against PC players or anything like that. I mean, I could definitely tell some of them were PC players, but the spawn kill was just horrific. I think it was like, I can't remember the name of the map. It was like a team deathmatch game mode I was playing, and I felt like it was really easy to spawn trap people here in this game, especially on team deathmatch game modes. However, on objective game modes, it's a little bit different, especially if you're playing like ground war or something, because you can like spawn on your teammates or like on objective. Actually, those are a little bit worse, but you have to be more aware of where you're spawning, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think about that, Zimrick?
And the weird thing about the spawning and the spawn killing is, I'm also reading up on like, I don't know if CCN's a reliable source. I know I'm talking about sources here, but I want to be clear so no one's like, why are you throwing this all out of your ass? I'm not. I'm doing research. But I saw like in one of these things it says that people are having complaints that enemies are spawning right next to the headquarters. So like, that must be why I'm dying quick. I don't know.
Oh, especially for objective game modes, you don't want like the enemy team to spawn right on top of an objective that you already own. That would be bad.
That's dumb.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. I haven't even heard of that yet, but I have seen some pretty bad spawns when I go over on Twitter, though.
Regardless of being annihilated based on spawns, I'm getting annihilated based on the crossplay aspect. The unfair advantage over PC players and then Xbox players and PS4,
Yeah, of course, it's no big surprise that PC players have an advantage when it comes to a mouse and keyboard against console
even like
players who are
field
using a
of view
controller.
options and graphic options that we can't do.
Oh, yeah, that's also very true. Although I will admit the crossplay runs very smoothly in this game. Like,
it's cool.
I honestly am not surprised it runs very smoothly, just because I know Fortnite kind of started doing the whole crossplay thing, and when that first came out, there were no problems with it. So I didn't think there would be any problems here in Modern Warfare, and sure enough, there aren't any. I don't know. Mouse and keyboard, though, I think if you do play on console, you can actually hook up a mouse and keyboard.
You
can't do it in the middle of the match. They updated the beta anyway to where you can't do that anymore. So I guess you have to like back out to like the main menu or something like that now, because they can't just like maybe they're getting their butts kicked and they're getting all frustrated and they're just plugging their mouse and keyboard. You can't just do that.
Right. Yeah, everyone's just mad about the spawns. I think they're working on the spawns, so we'll see what happens when they update it again. I mean, the game doesn't come out till the end of was it the end of October, right?
Yeah, October 25th.
Yeah, that's early for a Call of Duty game. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why they're releasing them in October instead of November now.
Yeah. November
So
was my
anyway,
month.
What?
November was like the month of Call of Duty.
It was, yeah, I remember that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the ghost perk here, because I have a strong opinion about this perk. So I'm someone who uses the ghost perk throughout most of the time when I create my own classes, and it's because I hate getting caught by like UAVs and stuff, like because I always like trying to flank the enemy team, and if I don't have ghost on and they call in the UAV, I'm going to be completely screwed in that situation. So the thing about ghost here, obviously you're invisible to enemy UAVs and radars, which is good and all, but the thing is it's still activated even when you're standing still, and this is very controversial when it comes to people who camp in this game, because it's no big surprise there are a lot of people who like to camp in this game, and I feel like to make the ghost perk, the best thing to do, in my opinion, to make the ghost perk more, I guess, effective in the game, is that it should only be activated while you're moving, kind of like we've seen in Black Ops 4, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and all that, those games. I think it should be the same thing that we see here in Modern Warfare, just because it'll take away people camping, I guess. Like, it'll make people stop camping in this game, because a lot of people complain about it, and quite honestly there's so many corners in this game, like on the maps especially, that you can camp at, and it can be frustrating. Like, I can't even see them sometimes, and so I think that is the best decision they can make, and I hope people will actually go on board with what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I like the game so far, but it kind of doesn't feel done in a sense of multiplayer.
Well, I guess that's kind of true, but if I'm being completely honest, out of all the Call of Duty betas I've played, this is the one beta I've had no problems with. Like, I will be completely honest, I have not had a single like problem. There was this one problem where like my character was like glitching out and stuff like that, but that was only like in the 2v2 mode or whatever. I mean, that was it. I've never had any huge problems with this game.
2v2 is great.
Yeah, 2v2 is actually
we just need the
fun.
Rust map back and then play 2v2 on it.
Oh, did you not hear? They actually are bringing back Rust. They found it in like the beta game files or something.
You're joking.
No, I'm being serious. They actually it was.
This better not be some sick prank.
God, better not be. Oh my goodness. But speaking of this next Call of Duty game, the graphics obviously look different, right? I mean, this is quite obvious. And so, from what I can tell, like, people are gonna be like, oh, it looks like Rainbow Six Siege, or it looks like Battlefield.
That's
or whatever,
what I got a vibe from. Rainbow
honestly,
Six.
Yeah, it definitely does. Especially when I started playing the ground war game mode, I instantly got Battlefield vibes. Like, I seriously thought I was playing Battlefield and not a Call of Duty game. But most of the time, I'm not going to be playing ground war, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm probably going to be playing the 20v20 modes, or TDM and domination. And still, even though the game definitely looks different, it still feels like a Call of Duty game to me.
That's the best part. That's what I was worried about. Like, when I picked up the controller, I was like, okay, this better feel like Call of Duty. But it gave me like a mix of Battlefield, Siege, and still like an overpowering of Call of Duty, which was great. But I really enjoy Siege too, so like the mix of everything was just felt perfect. And I hope they keep that kind of gunplay with the next series of games.
Yeah, I really like the way this game looks. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm glad they actually got a different graphics engine, like everyone's been asking for.
Yeah,
but of course,
finally.
Of course, there's those people out there who say they want a new graphics engine, and they say the game looks like complete crap, you know. So.
Yeah, the graphics are great. I'm gonna try it out on PC as well when the game comes out, so we'll see what happens there. The only concern I had was, they said the trailer was filmed on a PS4 Pro, you know, the gameplay trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And the graphics didn't really go up to par with that. And then one thing that annoyed me the most about the beta was the fact that motion blur was so bad that I had to turn it off. I'm sure everyone turned it off, but
I don't really understand. I remember they had that option in Infinite Warfare. I don't know why it's even a thing. Like, I just don't understand.
Nobody
why
wants
people
motion blur.
want that. Yeah, it just looked bad. But anyway, there is another game mode that we've never seen before, and apparently it works pretty well in this game, though I wish I would have tried it out before they removed it, so hopefully they'll add it tomorrow during the last day of the beta. But night vision mode. We had NVG mode, so night vision goggles mode. That game mode looks absolutely fantastic. So Zimmer, can you talk about that? Because I have not experienced it yet, and I'm jealous that you got to try it out, and I haven't yet.
So I'm a fan of, like, feeling immersed into a world when I'm playing games. So the fact that you could take the goggles off and put them back on in that game was so cool. And you know, when you have the goggles on and you aim, your laser is viewed by everyone. Everyone can see it, even the enemies. You could be spotted around a corner because of the laser. So I was camping in one spot that was kind of dimly lit. I could still see fine, even with the night vision goggles off, but it was still dark. So the fact that it was dark and I could have my sights down without the laser, yeah, I camped in a window, but it was cool. I liked the gunplay. It felt really solid, easy headshots with that laser. It was just cool.
Wait, in that game mode, did you have a HUD?
I can't remember. I think I did, yeah.
Okay, because I know there was it realism mode? I know that was a mode they're gonna have in the full game.
Is that like hardcore?
It's kind of like a mixture between hardcore and core. It's like you don't have any HUD, but you have the same health as core mode, but literally like headshots are literally one shot with any type of weapon, I guess, or something like that.
Do you think there's aim assist?
Aim assist? Oh, I don't know actually.
I haven't really looked at it, but like if I feel like there's a lot of aim assist. Like I don't know.
There's like different aim assist options too, which is weird. I should probably like start messing around with them to see which one I like, because I feel like sometimes my aim assist isn't even working at all. So maybe I'll have to like figure out which one's the best one for me.
Yeah. Well, it was really fun. The night vision was cool. I also really enjoyed gunfight. Gunfight was really fun.
I agree. Gunfight, I think, is awesome, and from what Infinity Ward, I think, already said, they're gonna have tournaments for gunfights in the full game, and I think that will be awesome. I don't know what kind of rewards you get, maybe just like large XP bonuses or something. High five. But like a high five, yeah. But honestly, I haven't played Gunfight with like any of my friends yet. I kind of been a little bit unlucky lately because I've been having like bots as my like second teammate, and then they will leave like after the second round or something. I have to like fend off for myself the whole match. But I did have a couple good games of Gunfight, and honestly, it's so much fun. They're fast-paced matches. They don't, each round doesn't last very long, but it's an awesome mode if you only have like one of your friends online to play this game, and you can just go all out and just hopefully kick the other team's butt.
Yeah, well, before we get on about Call of Duty, we have to talk about our sponsor. This video is sponsored by nobody. Okay, back to the show.
Yes, nobody sponsors these videos because we are poor, like content creators, and yeah, it's just sad. Anyway, I'm done with the sponsored video part. Let's go ahead and talk about Ground War.
Ooh, Battlefield
Ground
mode.
War basically is Battlefield. Like, no joke. It's like there's no other way to describe it. It's literally Battlefield. So it's a 32 versus 32 mode. We're only allowed to play on one map as of right now during the beta, and you can drive vehicles. You don't have to earn them through kill streaks or anything. They're already there, like your headquarters spawn or whatever. And you can fly on a helicopter. You can drive like these type of tanks. I totally forgot the name of them. They're like ACBs or AC. I can't totally forgot what they're called. But anyway, yeah. And there's like quads you can drive and stuff like that. You can also earn kill streaks too. So it's still Call of Duty. You can, if you go on a kill streak, you can earn yourself some kill streak rewards as well, which is nice.
Oh yes, getting one of those missiles in Ground War. You're just like,
Oh yeah, and then you get to kill the snipers on the cliff with using your cruise missile.
Yeah, cruise missile. The one thing I really liked about Ground War was how smooth the vehicles were compared to like Blackout. Because I remember when I was playing Blackout, if you ride on like an ATV, your game just like lags really bad. Do you remember that?
I kind of remember that. Of course, the control. Yeah, the controls are a little bit different here in Modern Warfare than they are in Blackouts, and it took me a little while to get used to. I'm like, how do I drive? And I'm like, oh, I have to press the freaking trigger button in order to drive it. But one thing I did notice, I'm glad I figured this out. So one of the vehicles you can drive has basically this cannon on it, and obviously you can kill like infantry with it and stuff. If you go on a kill streak, like I think I went on like maybe a 7 kill streak with it, or something like that. But you can't earn any of your kill streaks when you're in those vehicles. You can only earn kill streaks when you're in gunfights. So that's something that I thought was quite interesting. And I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked about the vehicles was the helicopter. When I got on the helicopter, you know how I said it was just really smooth and worked fine? My buddies and I were on the helicopter with shotguns, and we were just like riding on the roof, like just sliding on the roof with a helicopter. And I got like a 6 kill streak just shooting people on the roof with a shotgun off the side of a helicopter. I mean, I don't think it should have been that way, but it was fun.
See, things like that kind of makes you feel like a badass, and I think that's the cool part about this game mode.
Yes, it's so good. And game modes, I hope they have more game modes in the future. Like Infected's really fun. We'll see what they do with that.
Oh yeah, so I'm sure they'll have Infected. Infinity Wards always have like some sort of good Infected mode, it seems like, and and hopefully I'll be able to call in a nuke when I play Infected, because you know they do have a nuke in this game called a tactical nuke, just like in Modern Warfare 2, but it's not a 25 kill streak, it's actually a 30 kill streak, and there's some people who've actually got it while playing on Ground War, so they're calling in this nuke and they're killing literally 32 players with that nuke. Did it game crash? No, I don't think the game crashed.
Because a Ground War crashed for me like 3 times when I was playing it, but I don't know if it was my internet or the server. Who knows? It's beta.
Oh, none of my games have crashed yet, actually.
Lucky you. There was a bug last night where if you were in a group of friends, you'd all have to leave after a match and then rejoin to like find another match.
Yes, I heard that was very frustrating.
It was so annoying.
Wait, I think that was specifically if you're playing with like crossplay friends or something like that.
It was just Xbox.
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh, well, they're going to fix everything. I'm not worried about that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll eventually fix all that stuff. But, you know, I think there's a lot of things in this game. We have the gunsmith mode, which really is just adding a bunch of attachments to your weapons. That's honestly all it really is. But of course, we're going to have a lot more options when it comes to our attachments for each weapon, because I'm sure we're very limited to, since this is a beta. Also, the crossplay feature I think is awesome, and I think it's very beneficial for PC players, because you know you go back to play like an old Call of Duty game on the PC, and there's gonna be like nobody playing that on the PC. I mean, seriously, no one ever plays Call of Duty on the PC. So if you go back and play this game like 2 years later, you're gonna be pairing up with Xbox and PlayStation people, so you're gonna find lobbies to get into, and typically you're probably gonna be better than them since you're using the mouse and keyboard. So yeah, PC players, this is like a dream come true for them, I feel like.
Yeah, I love this game. It's gonna be a good game. I'm excited for its release. I pre-ordered it, got a poster.
Yeah. Yo, nice.
Yeah.
Not to mention, all DLC is free. There is no seasons pass at all for this. The only issue that I'm sure a lot of us are just waiting to kind of blow up, because we know it's gonna piss us up. Yes, the supply drops. It's already been confirmed. Someone found it when they were playing the beta, and their after action report, it said they earned a supply drop. They couldn't open it, of course, but it said they earned one. So obviously supply drops are going to be in this game, but I don't think that's really a huge surprise to anyone. But the other thing I'd like to mention is other microtransactions. Like, I'm sure they're going to have some sort of shop where you like spend COD points in order to buy certain maybe operator skins or customizations for your weapons and stuff like that. So I don't really know how far they're going to go with microtransactions this year for Call of Duty. It's probably going to be worse than Black Ops 4. That's all I'm going to say. I honestly think it's going to be worse than Black Ops 4.
I have a buddy who spent, you know him. I had a buddy who spent about $500 on supply drops for Black Ops 3. And crap. He regrets it a lot. But damn.
$500?
$500.
Did he do it like all at once or something?
Yeah, the same week.
Oh my god, what?
He wanted, because they came out with remember they started releasing guns in the packs, so he's like trying to buy all the guns. But like just something like that like imagine your family member who stopped gambling and just started playing video games.
Oh god.
Gets a gambling addiction. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the thought of it.
I definitely don't like it either.
Yeah, but some people do, and that's okay. They're an adult. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't affect me, but it affects society.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then Battle Royale, I don't think is going to be making an impact or comeback at all, so that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I did hear there were rumors that Battle Royale was coming. But we don't really have any hard evidence, I don't think, at the moment. If it does, I'll be a little bit upset, to be honest, just because this game, I feel like its focus needs to be on multiplayer, because if you look at Black Ops 4, all the focus was on Blackout. No, they didn't give a shit about zombies, or especially the multiplayer.
Yes.
So I hope Battle Royale doesn't come. If it does, hopefully the focus is still mainly multiplayer and not the Battle Royale mode. But that's just my personal opinion.
So what they can do instead is, instead of them adding Battle Royale to Modern Warfare, they should just make Blackout free.
Yes, they should. They should just make Blackout free and keep updating in the future by adding like Modern Warfare content or something to it.
So then they don't add it to Modern Warfare.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point.
And then the Fortnite kids can go there.
Oh yeah, seriously. I mean, actually, I kind of hope the Fortnite kids go back to Call of Duty just so I can kick their ass.
Yeah. That's true. Well, I'm going to be kicking a lot of ass when I get the game, and then all the Christmas noobs come in.
Oh yes, we can't forget about the Christmas noobs. Another thing I actually like to mention really quick is Spec Ops mode, because it is supposed to be 4-player instead of 2-player. And apparently it's supposed to continue the campaign that's in the game, which is very interesting. And so I don't know exactly how they're going to make Spec Ops in this game. I think you're going to have to add something to make it where it has a lot more replayability value, but kind of like what we saw in Modern Warfare 3. There wasn't much replayability value to it, kind of like we see in Zombies. And so I think I'm really curious. I'm just really curious what they're going to do with it. I was thinking they're going to like make it more like a MMO shooter type thing, kind of like Destiny, where it's kind of like a free roam thing. That's what I'm thinking, and I kind of hope that's the case. I think that'd be very unique, especially for a game mode in a Call of Duty game. So that's what I hope they kind of do, something like that. But I don't know. I'm really curious what they're going to do with it.
I'm excited for launch week, and I hope Lizard Squad doesn't take down Xbox Live that week.
God, I remember when they did that a couple of times.
Lizard Squad.
Freaking Lizard Squad, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we have much else to talk about.
Yeah, I think we covered everything, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Do you want to end it off, Zimmerich?
I guess I will. Thank you guys so much for watching this little commentary, dual commentary with Spartacus. The Spartacus 200 really appreciates subscribers. I know I have about 40 now, so go on head over there and all 40 of you subscribe to him. He makes some really cool videos every once in a while. And you have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you later.